What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to another weekly forecast. I hope you guys are eating from this weekly forecast, guys. This is peak, not peak content actually. This is proper content, guys. Yeah. I hope you guys are eating from this weekly forecast. I hope you guys are making the most from this weekly forecast. And yeah, let's dive into this week's weekly forecast. So we're looking at the DXY right now. Sorry for the sound. We're looking at the DXY right now on the daily time frame. And the previous week we were expecting price to break and close above this daily internal high here in order to confirm that the daily pullback is about to start, right? So what did we get? The internal gave us a pattern like this, internal shifting bullish, showing that it's about to facilitate the daily swing, right? So cool. With that in mind, we move down to the 4-hour time frame, right? So what are we looking at on the 4-hour time frame? So on the 4-hour time frame, we're looking at price here. So we can see that the 4-hour high is all the way there, and looking at this is our after this break of structure here, this is our 4-hour current swing range, right? Cool. With that in mind, what do we see? We see that after this break of structure here, price came down lower, and then the internal switched bullish. When the internal switches bullish, what does that show? What does that tell us? It tells us that the swing structure is about to when the internal structure switches in an bearish environment, when it switches bullish, it signals to us that the pullback, the swing pullback is about to start, right? So cool. Last week price was somewhere around here, and I said that for the week I am expecting price to give us an overall breaking of this internal structure here, right? So what did we get? We got our break of structure here, and currently the internal structure, this is the internal structure, right? So cool. With that in mind, for the coming week, what am I expecting? For the coming week, I'm expecting a pullback to this demand zone to then continue with the internal continuation run, right? But then realizing that now we're currently at the external structure. So let me just adjust this. So realizing that now we're at the external structure, we're outside the swing structure, price can break below here, or price can facilitate a pullback anytime, right? So with that in our minds, what are we looking for? We're still looking for what? We're still looking for price to creep back in here and then continue lower. But then if it doesn't, we totally understand, since we're at the external structure of the range, right? So with that in mind, that's what I'm expecting for the coming week for DXY. I'm expecting DXY to come back to this zone and break higher there, right? So cool. If it doesn't, it might come back and break the scope, yes, into at the external structure, right? But then it's a game of probabilities, right? We look to enter higher probable trades, right? So cool. That's what I'm expecting on DXY for the coming week. A pullback to then continue higher, or a pullback to then facilitate an overall pullback to at least the extreme of this range here. Right? cool. Then we move on to Gbpjpy on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, nothing much has changed when it comes to the overall structure. After this break of nothing much has changed when it comes to the overall structure. After this break of structure here, we're currently playing within the swing range, and looking at our internal has been bearish ever since, and we've mitigated a daily demand zone, which could potentially help us continue with the overall daily structure, understand, which is bullish, right? So cool. With that in mind, what am I looking for on the DXY? So after this break of structure here, this is our current internal range for the DXY, right? So cool. Knowing and realizing our internal, which is our daily internal, which I consider as my 4-hour thing, which I consider as my 4-hour structure, I move down to the 4-hour time frame. I just want to delete this. I move down to the 4-hour time frame. So now we're at the 4-hour time frame, right? Now we're at the 4-hour time. We're on the 4-hour time frame. I'm sorry about that, guys. Now we're on our 4-hour time frame. So the previous week, I think we were somewhere here, and I said that I'm expecting price to come lower here to then head higher. Because why? The way price is pulling back is very thingy. It's very. Oh no, I didn't say I'm expecting price to come lower here. I said that I'm expecting price to come back up, then like to give us a pattern like this, actually, to give us a pattern like this, breaking structure here, right? To then confirm that price is overall bearish, understand? Which is essentially saying that I'm expecting price to break this high. And for the coming week, for the previous week, we've seen price hit higher, and yeah, we're still yet to break this though, and we're looking very like positive that okay, fine, we might break this high again, right? So what am I expecting on GJ for the coming week? I'm expecting at minimum, the daily to the 4-hour internal to violate this high here. When it violates this high, then we're within this internal swing range here, right? We'll be within that internal swing range here, and I would like to see a break below here to then confirm that price has switched bearish to facilitate what now? To facilitate bearish continuation, right? So cool. With that in mind, I'm expecting price for the coming week to sweep this high here, and yeah, that's the minimum. I'm expecting price to sweep that high there to then give us a change of character after this break of structure here, to then so that we can join the overall trend and target this weekly or with this 4-hour week structure, which failed to break structure. So cool. With that in mind, I move on to Euro USD. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, currently, we're on the daily time frame for Euro USD. So after this break of structure here on Euro USD, we're currently within this swing range here, and we've previously mitigated this weekly supply zone here, which could potentially result in a daily pullback, if not a violation of this daily zone low. But at minimum, since price is bullish, I'm expecting a daily pullback. Understand? So cool. So the daily swing overall, the daily time frame on Eurusd were bullish after this break of structure here, and we've mitigated this supply zone here, right? So with that in mind, we look at our internal. Here's our internal here. This is our internal structure there, and so cool. We move down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? So on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? On the 4-hour time frame, the previous week, we were here. We were within this thingy here, right? So I said I am expecting price to break structure here, to then confirm that what were bearish and what the daily internal swing, the daily internal pullback, the daily internal pullback is about to start. And what did we do? We've broken up, price creeped higher a bit, then led to a break of structure here, right? And here, what we were expecting. So with this being said, this confirms that our overall 4-hour time frame is in a swing pullback, right? So noticing that we've broken structure, now sells are in place, right? So we'll look at our current 4-hour internal structure. After this break of structure here, this is our 4-hour current internal structure, right? So what I am expecting for the coming week, I'm expecting price to creep up here, mitigate this supply zone, and then move lower here, right? So sorry about that, guys. So we've had our I'm expecting price to give us a pullback for the coming week to then head lower, breaking the internal level. But after this break of structure here, realizing that we're now playing at a danger zone at the external structure, right? We can expect price to pull back, give us a pullback, and then break structure here. Because why? The objective has already been met, which is what? Which is to break the structure here. So yeah, I'm just expecting price to give us a pullback to then break that structure there. So yeah, guys, that's my expectations for the week. And yeah, the previous week we've got all them 3 of 3 correct. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And in terms of vlogs, I'll vlog probably this week or next week, because this week is my last test week, right? So probably this week I'll be vlogging and giving you guys an update on the on the funded account there. So besides that, thank you so much guys for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Bye.